We start with the blue and white logo of Guiding Eyes for the Blind. Against a backdrop of purple flowers, Guiding Eyes for the Blind presents the graduating class of June 2019. First, we have Ashley and her black lab, Yaz, crossing the street. With nose and hand to the chair, Ashley and Yaz practice their targeting skills in Alumni Hall. Yaz turns to check in with Ashley as they reach the textured edge of the sidewalk. Ashley is on her knees and giving Yaz a big hug around the neck as they return from a training run. Ashley sits cross-legged on the floor with Yaz in her lap enjoying a scratch behind the ears. Congratulations, Yaz's razor, Kyle Whalen. Now we see Brian and his yellow lab, Wes, traveling through a white painted crosswalk. Wes watches intently as he and Brian descend the down escalator. From the right side, we see Brian and Wes walking confidently past storefronts. Here we see a close-up of Wes receiving his treat as they step up onto the sidewalk. Brian and Wes sit on the concrete steps of a brick building and look towards the camera. Congratulations, Wes's razor, Megumi Murao. Now we have David and his yellow lab, Fred, walking along a sidewalk in an area of trees and shrubs. From their right, we see Dave and Fred walking through a white painted crosswalk with palm trees and blue skies beyond them. In the floral department, Dave is on one knee behind Fred, who rests on the floor in front of him. The new team practices targeting at the controls for the traffic light. In their team portrait, both are smiling as Dave kneels with an arm around Fred. Congratulations, Fred's razors, Nikki Oler and Justin Higginbotham. Now we have Becky and her yellow lab, Ballad, crossing the brick edging of the sidewalk. From their left, we see Becky and Ballad walking down a city street, avoiding postal boxes. As they step up onto the curb, Ballad watches patiently as Becky reaches into the treat pouch. From the other side of the street, we see Becky and Ballad about to cross the entrance of the parking garage. On a cool rainy day, we see the new team traveling through a paved area with a curb to their left. Congratulations, Ballad's razors, Alyssa M. Phillips and family. This is Hannah and her black lab, Zora, practicing shorelining in a residential area. As the new team walks on a wet, dreary day, we see the stained glass of a brick church behind them. Hannah leans forward and Zora has her nose to the chair as they practice targeting in Alumni Hall. Zora lies on her side calmly as Hannah fits a booty on her front paw. Zora guides Hannah carefully along the edge of a low grassy curve. Congratulations, Zora's razors, Val and Jim Haslin. Now we have Hannah and her yellow lab, Olay, walking past the entrance of a pizzeria. Hannah receives instruction from the trainer as they walk through the middle of a white painted crosswalk. Hannah and Olay travel across a patterned brick sidewalk on a busy city street. Olay turns and looks to Hannah as they step up onto the curb. Hannah tenderly cares for Olay as they sit on the grooming bench together. Congratulations, Olay's razors, Ellen and Bob Higgins. Now we have Henry and his yellow lab, Carla, crossing the street in the middle of town. Hank and Carla practice their shorelining skills against an area of grass with a white painted fence. On a cloudy day, Hank and Carla travel safely over an uneven railroad crossing. Carla learns if you're guiding a weightlifter, you may be scooped up along the way. In their portrait, Hank is on one knee with his hand on Carla's back as she sits sweetly in front of him. Congratulations, Carla's Razors, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Sheldon, and Galen and Randy Smith. This is Jamie and her yellow lab Drifter walking against a backdrop of thick green trees and bushes. Drifter guides Jamie safely down a path that's adjacent to a river. Surrounded by green lawn, Jamie holds a frisbee as Drifter sits patiently at her feet. Drifter stays on task while being followed by a small spaniel during training. After a successful training session, Drifter gets a big hug at the door from Jamie. Congratulations, Drifter's Razors, Elizabeth Williams and family. This is Kate and her yellow lab, Francine, traveling safely through a white-painted crosswalk. Francine leads Kate down an area of pavement with multiple surfaces. Kate and Francine look to each other as they successfully reach the textured edge of the curb. Francine's front paws dangle over the edge as she and Kate spend time on the grooming table. Francine leads Kate through the shaded wide corner of a sidewalk. Congratulations, Francine's Razors, the Goetzka family, and Cheryl Renee Hance. This is Mary and her black lab Malia walking down the sidewalk on a bright sunny day. Mary wears a big smile as she and Malia wait on the brick edging of the sidewalk. In Alumni Hall, Mary and Malia are headed for a chair as they practice targeting skills. Upon crossing and stepping up onto the incline of the curb, Malia turns and checks in with Mary. On a rainy day, Malia leads Mary past brick retaining wall and curbing. Congratulations, Malia's Razor, Haven Thomas. Now we have Peter and his yellow lab, Elroy, walking down a long sidewalk adjacent to a parking lot. Pete and Elroy walk through a crosswalk with dappled shadows and faded white lines. When they reach the brick edging of the curb, Elroy turns to check in with Pete, who's reaching for a treat. During targeting, Elroy is focused on Pete's fist, which is touching the chair. Pete and Elroy pick up speed as they travel past a house in a residential area. Congratulations, Elroy's Razors, the Carey family. And now this is Renee walking down a sunny sidewalk with her yellow lab, Irby. Irby leads Renee safely through the aisles of Target. Irby lies patiently under the fast food counter as Renee orders her lunch. Upon returning from a training run, Irby sits patiently as Renee unlocks the door. Irby has his mouth wide open as he and Renee pose for their outdoor portrait. Congratulations, Irby's Razor, Jordan Plotkin. And now we have Rory and his black lab, Jeeter, walking down the obstacle path. Jeeter looks towards the camera unaffected as Rory prepares to dress him in his booties. Rory pats Jeeter on the head as they safely reach the curb after crossing. From their right, we see the new team walking confidently across the pavement. Jeeter safely leads Rory through the crosswalk of the training school driveway. Congratulations, Jeter's Razors, Raquel Aia and Holly McGuire and Linda Hodge. Now we have Sharon and her German Shepherd Reagan walking along the low grassy curb of a residential street. Reagan lies patiently on the floor as Sharon puts on her new protective booties. Sharon's ponytail swings as the new team picks up speed while practicing shorelining on the residential street. In Alumni Hall, Reagan stands proudly next to Sharon, showing off those new red booties. Sharon and Reagan pose in bright sunshine in front of the plantings at the White Plains facility. Congratulations, Reagan's Razors, Colin Wright and family. Now we have Vivi and her yellow lab, Imus, walking confidently down the sidewalk. Vivi and Imus practice targeting at a chair in Alumni Hall. The new team celebrates a successful training run at the entrance of the White Plains facility. Imus looks spiffy in his blue boots as he walks with Vivi in Alumni Hall. Vivi and Imus walk down a wet sidewalk with low curbing to their left. Congratulations, Imus's Razors, the Jackson family. This is Wendy and her black lab, Okra, standing on the pavement of a commercial area. Wendy and Okra leave a building through a paved walkway with obstacles like brick walls, railings, and fencing. From behind, we see the new team is walking towards the waterfront on a sunny day. On a rainy day, Wendy pats Okra's head as they pause on the sidewalk. The new team takes a break, sitting side by side on an outdoor surface. Congratulations, Okra's Razors, Hugh Sigmund and Paula Wiles Sigmund. Several class dogs are posed in a down position in the training school runs. Hannah B., Sharon, Becky, and Peter all pose on the street with their guide dogs. Mary, Rory, Ashley, Vivi, and Kate all pose with their guide dogs at the bus stop. In the class portrait, the graduates are seated with their guides in front of them and the trainers behind them. We thank this month's sponsors for their generosity. You are well on your way to greater freedom, independence, and happiness with your new canine partner. Congrats on completing the Guiding Eyes program. Rita Rushing. Congratulations to the June 2019 graduating class and guide dog team Kate and Francine from Bob Rollman and Cindy Sullivan, fosters for Proud Dad G.E.B. Inget. Congratulations also to guide dog team Becky and Ballad and puppy raiser Alyssa Phillips, Bob Rollman and Cindy Sullivan. Priceline is thrilled to celebrate this graduating class. Guiding Eyes for the Blind does invaluable work, and we are proud to be among the many who support and admire them. Congratulations, Priceline. To special name a future Guiding Eyes puppy, visit guidingeyes.org and click How to Help. We gratefully acknowledge the Fain family for their support of our online streaming capabilities. We finish with the blue and white logo of Guiding Eyes for the Blind. Congratulations, graduates!